right, Shalom, Kahalo Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Makakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of Ruel. I'm not a member of Great Millstone, yet I've entered into the labors. Peace, mercy, and blessings to sincere brothers and sisters. We're doing this wherever you are, whatever your lot is, or not whatever, forgive me, wherever you are, whatever your lot is. Goodness. All right, so this will be a quick one, just a little, I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it a Watchmen report because I think there's a channel out there that they be going off. I don't know. Here's your daily, I don't know, daily or weekly, I don't know, blowing of the trumpet. Let's call it that. We pull an article or two or three or four, and we just kind of go into some things. And I only have two, this one and that one, and then that'll be the video, Lord willing. We'll get a couple scriptures and that'll be it. All right, so I'm gonna let this play real quick. I believe this is the second time this woman has said something about the Lord, like invoking her religious beliefs, which are complete and total. They're a farce. But anyway, let's let this play. Now I don't want to play.
In terms of the investment in combating the climate crisis, I think I've seen you since I was in Glasgow. We had a delegation, 22 members, our chairs. It gave us great hope. We had highest level meetings there and were inspired by what happened. And it took a giant step forward. But we have to do our share, our fair share. And so what that's about is creating good pay. It's about health care for our children, clean air, clean water. It's about jobs, good paying union jobs to keep us preeminent in green technologies throughout the world. You've heard me say it's a national security issue, as the national security advisors tell us. A competition for habitat and resources with drought and rising sea levels, etc., can cause a conflict, and of course a moral obligation for us to hand this planet over to the next generation in a responsible way. For me, it's a religious thing. I believe this is God's creation, and we have a moral obligation to be good stewards. But if you don't share that view, you must share the view.
Okay, so you heard her. It's a religious thing. See, this is God's creation, right? So if that was the case, you think that these people would be pushing for certain legislation according to the scriptures? Because he has a ground rule. He has the rules laid out to how he wants this planet to be run. But of course, it's not in them to do such things. We actually need Leviticus 2. I want to get 2 of them in Leviticus, but I want to go in order. So the first one, because they do this often, and they use the Bible when it's convenient, and they don't when it's not. And don't think that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to wink at that. Your day is coming. Your card finna get pulled. As the scriptures, I believe it's in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, it says, blessed is the man that gets to see the fall of his enemies, right? So consider yourself blessed, because it's going to happen in our lifetime. I believe that through faith. Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee? And that's exactly what they do. They want to use God and Jebus when it's convenient to play on the minds of these stupid and weak slave Christians, particularly the so-called black ones, these Israelites who don't know who they are. But any other time, the scriptures are tossed behind them. And if it's according to her religion that this is God's creation, all right, so what about the land Sabbath? All your corporations continuously plow the land until there's nothing left, until it cannot give. And then when it can't give, you create your own fruit, because remember, the Lord said he had everything created and it is good. So you misuse the land, and when the land does what it's supposed to do, which is no longer produce because you misuse it and abuse it, you create your own. because you think you are God. All right, so let's go to Leviticus 25. And we understand that they are not going to do this. I'm just getting this for edification. We understand they are not the chosen people. Okay, they are the vessel fitted for destruction. We'll get that in a second. Is it Leviticus 25? Yeah. And okay, so we'll start. Okay, we'll start at 2. And of course, again, this is addressed to us, but they want to take the covenant of the Lord in their mouth. They want to say that they believe. They want to use the Bible to swear in, and then the very next day sign legislation for alphabet people. So they claim it, but they don't understand that to take that into their mouth means that they're going to be held to that punishment. And boy, I can't wait. Because our cup is over. And that's in Lamentation. That cup, we drunk the dregs. Now it's passed to you. Esau, Edom, it's your turn. Okay, so hold on. Let me see something really quick. What did I say I was going to get? Actually, no, we'll come back to that. Let's read here. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying unto them, when ye come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath. Unto the 6th year thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. Okay, now obviously they don't. I don't think they've given this land a rest since they got here. And the same thing with the saints. They ain't giving the saints a rest since they got here. All right. All he knows to do is to be a hammer, or better yet, all he knows to do is to be a sword, to be the Most High's whooping stick. And he's created perfectly to do that because he does it without fail. Day in and day out. Wicked, wicked, wicked. All right, well, how about this? Since he believes this is the Lord's creation, and I would imagine that the Creator would have a way. Of course he does. It's right here in his word. So let's get 19. Dang, I backed out. I shouldn't have. And 10. Do you think they do this? And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your power. You think they do that? Of course not. They purposely don't plant certain trees in areas so you can't eat for free. You got to go to one of their damn grocery stores. Madness. And some of us don't even know that we are in a living hell. We think that this is as good as life gets. But there's an end to this. There is an end to this. And great turmoil is going to be rising more and more. The closer we get to the end, the crazier it's going to get. Right? Because you think what kingdom goes down without a fight? Think about that. Okay, number 2. He performs a miracle. And this reminds me of those signs and those lying wonders. And this is very, very low level, right? This is just a small example. Let me see. Let's check this video out. Hopefully it's not too long. And I can't skip it. Can't even skip it. Goodness.
Throughout the pandemic, Pope Francis has spoken about the healing power of prayer. Now a mother whose young son recently met the Pope says there's nothing more powerful. CBS's Chris Livesay has the story.
It's not easy to upstage the Pope, unless you're Paolo Bonavita, the 10-year-old Italian boy enchanted by Francis and his cap. The Pope offered that seat as a compromise, but persistence pays, and Paolo walked away with the prize. It turns out simply going up and down the stairs was the real prize for a boy with severe epilepsy and autism, says his mom, Elsa Mora, especially after his health took yet a new turn for the worse. The doctor was almost certain it was a brain tumor, she says, but Francis told her he would pray for Paolo.
All right, so he was praying right there, right? He was praying right there, and the Lord answered it, huh? He answered you. That and we know what that organization is all about, and we understand that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai does not listen to the prayers of the wicked. He won't listen to the prayers of the wicked of our people. So how the hell do you think a heathen is going to pray to him and he answer that? But again, we got them lying wonders, right? And again, this is a low-level thing that they're going to perform. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some great, like, on the left-hand side, there's going to be some wild miracles, right? Okay, let's see. Here we go. He had his head covered. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 4. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonors his head. So you ain't supposed to have that crown of your head covered. And the actual Israelites, us, back in the ancient times, did not have our head covered. When he had the mitre on, I believe it's in Exodus, or it's either in Exodus or it's in Leviticus. Whenever Aaron was given his priestly robes, the part the part of the uniform, the mitre or the mitre, however you say it, it was a wrap around the head, but it did not cover the crown. All right, so and while we have it open, let's just go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 about the signs and lying wonders. And then we'll play a little bit more of the whatever that is. Okay, we're going to start at 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So, okay, the falling away was us. We did fall away. The truth is back into the earth. We understand that son of perdition are the children of Esau, Edom, who are the so-called white people. Okay, that is the son of perdition. It's just like the Lord has a physical seed here to do his will, to teach, that was supposed to teach the other nations how to live and conduct themselves. So on the left-hand side, does Satan have his physical counterpart who conducts his will and who is currently conducting his will, all controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who is omnipotent. There is a left hand to do evil and there is a right hand to do good. Okay, verse 4, who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And I am looking. Let me just go to. I'm gonna just read it. We'll go. It was 3 through 9, and I'm already here at 8. Let's just read it. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan, that's Esau, Edom, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Okay? And hey, let's keep going. And for this cause Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall send them strong delusions that they should believe a lie. And don't think for 1 second that all of this stuff, this is low level. Like if we're doing on a scale of 1 to 20, this is 0.50. And I speak as a man, this is 0.50 about the thing next to the things that they are going to start doing.
He took my hand and said, "For you, the impossible does not exist." About 3 weeks later, she understood what that meant. She says doctors told her his test results showed no sign of cancer, and his symptoms have improved. His classmates are elated. He taught us a lesson, they say, that when you need to do something, do it with all your heart.
And what would you like to tell the Pope?
Thank you, she says, for the miracle. Chris Livesay, CBS.
Right, not thanking the Lord, he imparts his spirit. If this was a real thing, you would thank the Lord, not the vessel whom he impart his spirit to, right? Obviously, the spirit of the Lord is not in a Catholic Pope, okay? I'm just saying, you would think that they would consider the Lord and not consider the man. But anyway, made me lose my train of thought on what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, so that's what I wanted. Now, you have this happening. Don't forget about the Abrahamic church, the Abrahamic faith of church that's blending Judaism and Islam and slave Christianity all in one, right? So now they're starting to show the Pope doing miracles. They're probably going to start showing other religions doing miracles and then say, and this is me speaking as a man, of course, because they need to get the people to believe the lie. They need to get the people to on board, right? So he's doing miracles now, and then next thing you know, they'll probably say, see, the same God that allowed me to do these miracles, he is with Islam. He is with Judaism, because we all need to be one. And the Lord never intended anybody. He separated the nations as he saw fit. So just some things to think about, right? Just some things to, you to ponder on and pray about, so your discernment can be increased, and so you can get those creative juices flowing, and you can start thinking about the many different ways that this devil may come at us with these, with his bull. So that way, you can also watch and you can pay attention and you can look out for articles and you can look out for things said and things done and assist you in measuring the times, right? Measure thou the time diligently and walk circumspectly. That's what we ought to be doing. So with that being said,